When Russia launched its full-scale invasion of Ukraine on February 24, 2022, the Kremlin expected a swift three-day victory, complete with parades in Kyiv and minimal bloodshed. Russian troops even packed dress uniforms instead of extra ammunition. But what followed was not a triumph. It became Vladimir Putin's bloodiest disaster since World War II. And now the numbers are in, and they reveal something truly unbelievable. Russian military losses have now exceeded 1 million personnel as of the latest report we found dated June 12. This figure was provided by the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine and includes those killed and those severely wounded, many of whom will likely never return to the battlefield. These are not just numbers, but a reflection of a grinding and unsustainable war effort that continues to drain Russia's manpower. How staggering is that figure? For comparison, Russia suffered far fewer losses during its 10-year war in Afghanistan. The combined casualties from both the First and Second Chechen Wars were also significantly lower, amounting to less than 1/10 of what has been lost in Ukraine. No conflict since World War II has resulted in such a devastating toll on Russian forces. Even the bloody and prolonged wars in the former Yugoslavia did not reach this scale. 1 million dead or permanently disabled is the equivalent of an entire major city being wiped out. These numbers reveal what is now the largest and most intense military operation in Europe since World War II, and it has been halted and held back by Ukraine alone. With each passing year, Russian losses continue to grow. The Kremlin keeps sending poorly trained conscripts into battle, relying heavily on human wave assaults and placing most of the burden on infantry units. The result has been catastrophic, with no clear end in sight. It is important to note that reported figures regarding Russian personnel losses vary depending on the source. For example, the Center for Strategic and International Studies estimates that Russia has suffered over 950,000 total casualties, including both those who were lost and those wounded. Meanwhile, the UK Ministry of Defense places the figure even higher, estimating more than 1 million casualties. Additionally, Mediazona, an independent Russian outlet, has confirmed over 111,000 deaths through open-source investigations, but believes the real number is significantly greater. These figures remain difficult to verify with absolute certainty, as official data is often disputed or withheld. Still, the overall trend points to massive losses for Russia. According to CNN, some assessments even suggest an average of 1,000 casualties per day throughout the course of the war. Further evidence of these growing losses is reflected in a recent decision by President Vladimir Putin, who signed legislation allowing non-Russian citizens to enlist in the military. Under this new law, stateless individuals and foreign nationals are permitted to sign military contracts and serve until the end of mobilization, the lifting of martial law, or the official end of the war. This policy was first reported by the Russian state news agency TASS on July 7, 2025. To provide a clearer picture of Russia's military personnel losses, we found data published by United 24 Media. According to their report, Russia suffered approximately 106,720 casualties in 2022, followed by 360,010 in 2023, and 790,800 in 2024. To understand the scale, in just the first 10 months of Russia's 2022 invasion, it lost more than 106,000 troops. During the 2024 offensive in Avdiivka alone, over 40,000 soldiers were either killed or permanently disabled. To seize control of a single city, the Kremlin deployed more than 120,000 troops and lost one in every 3. Based on current trends, Russia is now losing an estimated 40,000 soldiers every month. If this pattern continues, Russia's losses in 2025 alone could exceed 400,000, a number larger than the entire active-duty military of any European nation. This ongoing depletion of manpower underscores the Russian military command's disregard for human life. Even though the front lines have not expanded significantly, the annual toll continues to grow. The reason is tactical. Russian commanders now rely on human wave assaults to make gains, With the battlefield increasingly dominated by drones, large-scale armored offensives have sharply declined. As the war approaches its fourth year, one crucial fact remains clear. The number of military personnel lost and equipment destroyed will only continue to grow. Each day of combat adds to the already massive toll, and there is no sign that either side is ready to stop. For Russia, in particular, the human cost is mounting rapidly, with tens of thousands of soldiers thrown into battles that often end in failure or stalemate. According to estimates from Ukraine's General Staff, by June 2025, Russia has lost over 100,000 units of military equipment and vehicles. This staggering figure includes tanks, armored vehicles, artillery systems, and trucks, all destroyed or captured. The scale of this destruction reflects not only the intensity of the fighting, but also the unsustainable pressure placed on Russia's military industry. As the war drags on, the question is no longer just who is winning, but how long such losses can be endured.